We are live with week 117 of the CWL. I am Alexander Shaw, joined by a special guest here tonight, the chairman of the CWL himself. Mr. Chairman, how are you today?
You know, I was here just a few days ago here with Tanner, I think, some guy, and we actually had a lot of fun. So I had to come back and do this all over again.
Well, let's get things started right here tonight with Catherine Love, the former women's champion, going up against Julie Storm, returning to the CWL after a bit of hiatus, coming back at Jailbreak and beating Sarah LeBlanc. This is a must-win matchup for both women if they want a title shot at Endgame.
Especially since Catherine just recently said that she wants a shot again at the women's title. We don't do rematches here in CWL, but we'll see how she does.
The opening match of Vindication is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 132 pounds, from Boston, Massachusetts, Catherine Love.
And the CWL fans here tonight are certainly feeling the love of Catherine as she comes down into the ring. And now, you mentioned before her entrance that yes, we don't necessarily do title rematches here all too often unless you get those three defenses. But who knows? Maybe Taylor Jones would be willing to be a defending champion against Catherine Love if no one else is a worthy challenger.
We got a lot of people stepping up, so we're gonna have to see just exactly how things go.
And her opponent, weighing 135 pounds, from Jacksonville, Florida, Julie Storm.
And Julie looking to cause a storm here tonight as she makes her way into the ring. And now, Julie's had a bit of a weird story in the sense of she's been gone. We hadn't seen her for weeks, months even. And then she came back at Jailbreak, beat her former friend, now enemy, Sarah LeBlanc. And I've got to say, if she can beat Catherine Love here tonight, who's to say she wouldn't be in contention for that woman's title?
You know, with two wins, especially against opponents like Sarah LeBlanc and Catherine Love, I feel like that would really propel her. Now, the catch to that is that this is Endgame coming up. As everybody knows, it's the biggest show that we put on in the year. So would Julie Storm really want to face Taylor Jones, considering also Taylor Jones missed last Endgame?
Yes, this is going to be Taylor Jones at her absolute best. And I've got to say, it's going to be difficult for anyone to take that title off her, especially on as big of a stage as Endgame. Taylor Jones is very much so a big match competitor. Now Catherine Love taking the boots to Julie Storm here. Side slam, bending over the knee of Catherine Love. And Catherine Love in firm control at the moment. Sending her into the turnbuckle now. Oh, got Bulldog position here, trying to pump herself up. Bulldog out of the corner. Catherine Love on fire in the early goings. Goes for an early pinfall. Referee down one. No, not even a 2 count. Just it's going to take a little bit more to put down Julie Storm. And now Catherine Love. It's been a while. We do not regularly see Catherine Love here on just weekly television ever since she won that title. And Julie Storm, we haven't seen much of it all. So this is very much so a rare match that we have not seen before. And now we see Julie Storm choking the life out of Catherine Love right now. Definitely not lost any of her old ways, old tactics from the past. And now looking to see if that's enough to get the cover. No, barely even a 1 count there. We are still very much so in the early goings of this match. As Julie Storm calling Catherine Love. Oh, it's a bait. Gets the kick to the side, and now just laying in these strikes and taking Catherine Love to the ground. Oh, but Catherine up into a jawbreaker here, not to be denied, but the knees and leg kicks of Julie Storm have just been too much for Catherine Love to handle. And Julie Storm going for more with another drop kick. Julie Storm turning Catherine Love over, and it could be, maybe, Catherine Love's a bit rocked because she just lost her title not that long ago. Maybe that feeling of loss, maybe a loss of confidence is what causing Julie Storm right now to gain the upper hand. You see a gator roll across the ring into a crossface submission hold. Will Catherine Love be forced to tap out? Oh, Julie Storm choosing to release the hold. Instead, going for a cover. Not sure how smart of an idea that is, as Catherine Love able to get the easy kick out. Catherine Love getting to her feet. Oh, but Julie Storm is there to meet her with the Irish whip off the ropes. Ducks under. And it goes for another dropkick, but this time Catherine Love saw it coming. Now dragging her towards the ropes over the top. And what she got in mind here, suplex position. And a major suplex into the ring by Catherine Love, but she is not done with Julie Storm yet. Into the corner. Oh, up and over by Storm, but Storm gets caught with the elbow. Setting her up. Tiger feint kick from Catherine Love. And now Catherine Love looking to follow up, going up high here. A massive splash from the top rope, and that could be it. Needs to go to the cover, but instead, choosing to showboat a little bit. That might be a mistake. Into the cover. One. No, just the one count. I think if she had gone immediately into the cover, that could have been it. I don't know if Julie Storm had enough to kick out there, but Catherine Love now looking to finally finish Julie Storm off. No more taunts, no more games, but Julie Storm able to reverse it.
I have to kind of agree, like, showboating here in the CWL can only get you so far without really, making a bigger impact, if you will.
Speaking of a big impact, a big head scissors from Julie Storm, taking Catherine Love to the ground.
And I've seen this from Julie Storm before. Was she... Oh, nope. Catherine Love had it scouted.
And a running face buster. And that could be enough to put her away. But no, again, not going into the cover.
I think it's a pretty smart decision. Always just kind of wear down the body. Make sure that you get that victory. Because, yes, even though every pinfall expends energy, you got to make sure that you get that pinfall. Because that's how you get that victory.
Well, now Catherine Love got Julie Storm once again in the corner. Irish whip from Storm. Catherine Love catches herself and just drags Julie Storm head first to that middle turnbuckle. Storm has got to be rocked right now.
I would believe so, especially like with the fight that's been going on right now. Catherine Love is bringing it all, and she's making sure that she makes her claim for Endgame.
And now going to the top rope, what she have in mind. Oh, went for a moon stomp there, but Julie Storm able to get out of the way. And a big double arm underhook face buster there from Julie Storm, and Storm getting back into this matchup.
We saw this exact fire whenever she was going up against Sarah LeBlanc. I think this is going to be Julie Storm's match.
Well, right now she's proven you right, Mr. Chairman, as Julie Storm got Catherine Love dazed in that corner there. And now what she got in mind, picking up Catherine Love, putting her on that top turnbuckle. Oh, but Love able to fight her way off.
I like how this match is going back and forth. It shows that we really have a stacked women's division here in CWL.
Yes, and we saw the knees in the corner. Catherine Love went for the knees, but no one was home. Now, maybe going for it again. And again, Julie Storm able to get it out of the way, going for this airway crash again, and she hits it this time.
I'm telling you, back and forth, back and forth. This is the kind of stuff I like to see.
And a spine buster to the back of Julie Storm, and Catherine Love is back in control of this matchup. Neither woman giving an inch right now. It's Catherine Love got control right now. But Julie Storm not going down too easily. Both these women fighting back and forth. The snapmare by Catherine Love looked like she was blocking a strike from Storm there. Now walking in that surfboard stretch and trying to slow down the pace of this matchup.
Have you ever been in a surfboard stretch, Alex?
I've don't believe I have.
It really hurts.
I assume so. The back getting pushed in by that knee and then the arms getting pulled behind you. Definitely not a comfortable position to be in, but looks like again getting set up all around for a Tiger Feint kick number 2 from Catherine Love. And looking to follow up once more to the top rope. Another big splash, but this time Storm got the knees up.
That is what you call good scouting.
A kick to its stomach. Up on the shoulders, Catherine Love though. Reverse DDT getting out of it. Into the cover, maybe that reverse DDT will be enough to put Jerusalem away. 1, 2, no. Now, Catherine Love trying to finally put Julie Storm away. Impaler DDT driving her head first into the mat.
Oh, that was nasty right there.
And I think that's going to be it too. And Catherine Love picks up the win over a very game Julie Storm here tonight.
You know, Julie Storm truly did her homework there, but former women's Vindication champion. That is how you know that you have an aura about you.
Yes, and we saw the longer the match went on, the less showboating definitely was done by Catherine Love. But Julie Storm, there were multiple times where Julie Storm nearly got the win.
You know, this actually kind of makes me think. Actually, let me ask you a question.
The winner of the match.
Do you think Catherine Love deserves a Vindication Women's title match?
Well, she did make the point that it was a multi-woman match that she had lost here, but rules are rules. We do not necessarily just hand out rematches, but she did pick up an impressive win here tonight, and that definitely would put points in the column towards another shot in the future.
You know, Tommy Hazard didn't ask me for a title match.
Hey, I've been told not to speak about Tommy Hazard on this broadcast. He is not booked here tonight. But who is booked is the open weight champion, Scout McKenzie, getting a little bit of I don't want to say a warm-up match, but getting a bit of a preview match before Endgame here tonight against Jessica Page.
Definitely warm-up is not the word you want to use against Jessica Page. She has shown that she can hang with the best. Kind of just coming up short against Davina, but winning every other match before that, or after that I should say, and in winning a Fatal 4-Way at the Jailbreak pre-show. Now she faces her toughest test in Scout, and we're going to see how she does.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, Jessica Page.
Jessica Page making her way down to the ring, and well, she must be quite the studious competitor. She's definitely studied her way down. She's able to walk down that ramp completely blindfolded. I can only walk down to the ramp, and I don't have any blindfolds on.
You know what was even more impressive about this blindfold that you're talking about? She normally takes it off for her matches, but that Fatal 4-Way she won at Jailbreak, she did it with the blindfold. You know how scary that is?
Got some earth-bending stuff going on. I could feel the vibrations around her. Will the CWL's resident Daredevil be able to pick up a win here tonight?
We're about to find out.
And her opponent, weighing 164 pounds, from Manila, Philippines, your CWL Openweight Champion, Scout McKenzie.
Scout McKenzie making her way down into the ring, and what an eventful year 2 it has been for Scout McKenzie. I don't think there's been a full month of active CWL competition where she hasn't been holding a title.
You know, we'd like to talk about Kel Valen being the most dominant champion in CWL, but you're right. Kel Valen had a time period where she wasn't defending the championship because of the Undisputed tournament, or, you know, all these other random things, or because it was the month off for Nemesis. Scout McKenzie, on the other hand, defense after defense against the defense from both rosters. That is impressive right there.
Yes, but now Scout McKenzie can't rest on her laurels too much as she goes up against Jessica Page here tonight, and at Endgame goes up against Harley Quinn, who, if we remember, went 5-0 in the Supremacy Cup and then decimated Annie Thunder in the final.
I think decimated is putting it lightly. I'm pretty sure there's a bigger word to describe what happened there at Supremacy.
Destroyed, obliterated, annihilated.
I like obliterated. I like that one.
Well, Jessica Page now obliterating Scout McKenzie with these strikes as she knocks her to the ground. Imagine what it would do for Jessica Page's career if she could pick up a win here tonight. I mean, we talk about Catherine Love getting into the title scene again, but Jessica Page, she's right up there.
I would agree, except there can literally be nothing done about that that match at Endgame, because that Supremacy case is the end-all be-all for Endgame. Harley Quinn has made a decision, no one will be added, but Jessica Page will definitely be the next one after Endgame, if she picks up the win here against McKenzie.
True, and now another German suplex by McKenzie. Not going to let Jessica Page ruin her momentum that easily.
And those elbows just, whoa, little too much for me there.
Oh, and a kick to the top of the head from Jessica Page. These women going strike for strike, move for move so far in this matchup.
This is actually more of a brawl than I expected.
Yeah, Scout McKenzie, typically not too much of a brawler, more of a technician, more of a high flyer, but tonight having a bit of a brawl with Jessica Page.
Maybe perhaps just trying to get used to Harley Quinn's style, because, you know, we know Harley Quinn as a submission specialist, but throughout that Supremacy Cup run, we also saw her that she's just ready for a fight.
Yes, and now Jessica Page, if you want to go to someone for a fight, there's no one better than Jessica Page. As Scout McKenzie's finding that out firsthand here tonight. Oh, goes for the leapfrog, and a big knee catching her right on the jaw.
You know, I'm surprised Scout is able to take as much punishment as she does, and she still just asks for more.
Oh, and a hammerlock DDT from Jessica Page. That could be enough to put Scout McKenzie down. No.
See, just a one count. How does she do that?
One of the more resilient competitors here in the CWL. In fact, it was around the last year, right before Endgame, Scout McKenzie didn't hold any titles and was considered a rookie, and now it's Jessica Page in Scout McKenzie's shoes, if you will. Oh, and there we see the docking scene from Interstellar from Scout McKenzie. And into the cover, too. No.
You know, I've actually asked her to teach me how to do that, and she refuses. She says I would hurt myself.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily the easiest of moves to pull off. That's why only certain people like Scout McKenzie have the skill enough to do it. But Jessica Page right now taking the fight to Scout McKenzie. Monkey flip. Big crossbody off the top.
She's just matching her move for move, and there's the cover.
Into the cover. Jessica Page got her down, but no, only a 2 count. We saw off the crossbody. Jessica Page maybe, unintentionally, unfortunately, tumbling off there. Maybe if she had kept that crossbody, she would have got the cover. But now looking to finish her off with a cutter of her own. Into the cover. 1, 2. Did we just see a major upset? No.
Did she just spin like twice in that cutter?
A gravity-defying cutter there is Jessica Page a little bit of, oh, you think you're so special with your springboard cutter? I'll do a high-end cutter without any ropes. Scout McKenzie fighting to get back into this matchup, and now
I think I know what's
maybe
coming.
Looking to go for the kill shot here off the top, and there we is the Apollo 11. Pack it up. Good night. 1, 2, 3, and Scout McKenzie picks up the win.
Can Endgame just be here now? I need to see McKenzie and Holly go at
The
it.
winner of the match, Scout McKenzie.
That right there is the match. Maybe, actually, looking at the card from what we know now, that is probably the match I'm looking forward to the most right there.
Yes, and Scout McKenzie, take nothing away from Jessica Page. I think if that match had gone just a little bit differently, Jessica Page could very well be a winner, but Scout McKenzie is the one to come out on top here tonight. Speaking of coming out on top, we have the new tag team champions in the Starfield Dylan Vincent, who, despite losing 2 of their 3 matches, have come out of the tag team qualifier with the tag titles.
You know, this tag title tournament had all kinds of twists and turns and everything. But now that we know the ending, we know that this new team called Star Destroyer, I think that's what they told me that they want to be called now, is going to Endgame, and they're facing the Order. That's going to be quite a scramble there.
The following match is a tag team match set for 1 fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 610 pounds, hailing from the Kingdom of Raymundia, Raymundo, Derek, the Chess Club.
And Raymondo and Derek making their way down to the ring. The Chess Club looking for some action here tonight. Now, they didn't do the best in the tag team qualifier, ended with a 1-2 record. But if they could pin the tag champs here tonight, that could set them up nicely for a post-end-game title shot.
You know, they are former tag team champions, so, you know, they're not that far away from a title shot themselves. Definitely a win here would put them in a great spot, starting with Season 3.
And their opponents, Dylan Vincent. The Starfield.
And now, the team of Star Destroyer making their way down to the ring, but weirdly, still not coming down as a team. Maybe, you know, we mentioned multiple times over the course of the tournament the possibility of their egos as singles competitors getting in the way. We could be seeing that here. Still.
You know, you talk about egos. I've talked to Starfield in my office many times before. I don't think he has an ego. Not one bit.
Okay, but Dylan Vincent... I think Dylan Vincent, we've seen before, he's been a bit of a... bit full of himself.
I mean, wouldn't you be if you walked into a company and then won a championship on your second match against the most dominant champion at the time?
I mean, I would be, but he won in his third match, so...
Maybe I'm thinking of Drake Harrison. They all just kind of blend in after a while.
Yeah, so here we go. Dylan Vincent and Derek. Battle of the Double D's starting things off, and now Vincent sending Derek to the outside.
You know, we do have a 20 count here in CWO, so they've got a lot of time to fight out there before they got to bring it back in.
Yes, and, well, I don't think he's going to waste any time. If you remember, back to the first round of this tournament, it was the Chess Club versus Dylan Vincent and Starfield, but things have changed between now and then. One of these teams have become champions, and one of these teams have not. Could this be a bit of a different result?
I mean, maybe. The Chess Club does have a lot more experience being a team. They've been a team ever since we started this company, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. They've never had any disagreements. They've always just gone off and done their thing because, you know, they're the Chess Club. It's what they do.
Starfield might want to catch Dylan Vincent as he gets belly to belly to the outside.
See, that's not good teamwork right there. You gotta catch your partner. That is how you lose matches.
As Dylan Vincent gets slammed into our announce table repeatedly. And a spinning wheel kick to Derek. Dylan Vincent not really able to outmuscle the bigger man. Gonna have to outstrike him.
From what you know, from what you've heard, have we actually done DNA tests on Derek to see if he's a real gorilla?
Has anyone been able to, try?
I believe we have, but he sneezed once and then he just disappeared.
Derek now getting slammed into our announce table.
Now I'm starting to think Dylan's half gorilla because he's just manhandling this other thing.
Jeez! Just not letting up. Can you please stop using our workspace as a weapon? This is what we have to deal with on a weekly basis, Mr. Chairman.
See, this is why I pay for these tables. That way, it's just, expendable. If they want to create havoc, go for it. We welcome that here.
Yes, and now we see, maybe they're working as teams, we see the oldest CWL tag team move in the book, the repeated Irish whips into the boots. Almost as devastating as the drop toe hold to elbow drop that we've seen teams pull out.
That's just genius teamwork right there.
Oh, but now we see it reversed on Dylan Vincent. Derek rolls into the ring and now able to beat the 20 count.
See, none of that affected Derek. He is not human.
Well, yeah, he's a gorilla.
So we have confirmed that, for sure.
I mean, he looks like a gorilla. Raymondo says he's a gorilla. Are you going to walk up to him and tell him you're not a gorilla?
He looks like that thing from Barney.
Well, right now, this villain's in a drastic amount of trouble here, as he's currently stuck in the torture rack right now. I don't think Derek is considering Dylan Vincent as a best friend. Dylan Vincent, underhook. Went for the schoolboy, gets caught into an enziguri.
See, now that's a champion I can be proud of right there.
Yes, and now Dylan Vincent into the corner, high knee to Derek, and now put in the boots to him. And Derek, neither Raymondo or Starfield have entered into this matchup just yet.
Yeah,
commentators
just a tiny bit too soon.
Went for a running knee. Derek catches him with one of his own. Went for a big boot there. Starfield, maybe went for a chop block. These two just exchanging strikes at this point. Up on his shoulders, gut buster to Derek.
I think the Starfield of old is back, and he was a champion for so long. I think we're gonna get that same.
Well, there's a spine buster there. Derek doesn't really care if he's the Starfield of old, past, present, future, or yesterday. He's currently manhandling him, or gorilla handling him. Whatever the terminology would be there.
What if it's the Starfield of Days of Future Past?
Well then, Derek might have to look out for the apocalypse here as he goes. Went for a springboard drop kick, but Starfield not able to connect.
And here comes Raymondo.
Raymondo now finally in the matchup. And what do we have here? High knee leg sweep there from Chess Club, and Starfield gets right back up.
I'm telling you, it's the Starfield of old. Love it.
Starfield, part of the first class of the CWL, now fighting another debutee from the beginning, Raymondo. These two have had quite the history here in the CWL. A belly-to-belly to Starfield, and Starfield forced to roll out. So Raimondo going in for more. Raimondo not letting Starfield just escape that easily. And Dylan Vincent gets the tag from Starfield now. Goes for the drop kick, knocks Raimondo down. Raimondo back up, a running knee this time. But Raimondo refuses to stay down. A third drop kick, and Raimondo finally goes down, and Dylan Vincent calling him to his feet.
Oh, I think I know what's coming.
Now Dylan Vincent kick to the gut. And a Canadian, well, almost like a Canadian Destroyer backbreaker there. Into the cover, 1, 2, no. Raimondo able to kick out of the Canadian backbreaker. But then a clothesline from Vincent to follow up. Another one. Ducks the clothesline to a super kick to Raimondo. Now these two just exchanging strikes in the corner. Not the corner Vincent wants to be in. Oh, turns it around with the forearm.
Starfield's back up to his corner.
The spinning neck breaker to Dylan Vincent. And now Raimondo, still a little dazed, pulls Vincent to his feet, gets him into the friendly corner. And what does Raimondo have in mind here? Oh, Vincent not letting him get whatever he wants to. And Vincent now sending him into his own corner. Running knee in the corner.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I think this match is a lot more competitive than I expected, considering how the first match ended up.
Yes, but now Derek wanted that tag, but Vincent got Raimondo right where he wants him, but Raimondo catches the boot and delivers a boot. Now a knee to the back of the head of Raimondo, feeling on top of the world right now.
I mean, wouldn't you if you were governor of Raimondonia? Or leader of Raimondonia, I should say.
And Raimondo styling on Dylan Vincent a little bit. And now, again, applying the knee to the back of the head.
He's doing that for all the little Raimondonians out there.
And now, backbreaker, neckbreaker by Dylan Vincent. I think Dylan Vincent looks to become a threat to national security of Raimondonia. Starfield supernova to Raimondo. And that's gonna be it, I think. Into the cover, 1, 2. Starfield and Dylan Vincent, Star Destroyer, picks up the win.
You know, I think there was a mosquito over there by Derek, kind of keeping him from coming in.
Yes, well, these teams now, 1 apiece in victories. Starfield picking up the win over Raimondo once again. Raimondo just not able to get Starfield's number.
Feels a lot like season 1, don't it?
Yeah. It's Derek. Derek definitely proved his worth in this matchup. Did not get pinned, but was not able to get the pin as well. And here we see what all started going wrong for Chess Club, that Canadian backbreaker.
I think I'm going to ask him to teach me how to do that.
Yes, well, from that point on, I think it was pretty much all Star Destroyer.
The winners of the match, the team of Dylan Vincent, the Starfield, the Star Destroyers.
See now, Alex, this is what I mean. These are champions you can be proud of.
Yes, well, but will they be champions after Endgame, as they have to go up against the team that went undefeated in that tag qualifier, Ricky Valentine and Ace Anderson of the Order. It'll be an explosive showdown you can't miss. But speaking of showdowns, we've got, oh, what's this?
Hey, I know that music.
Oh, God. Oh, brother, what's this guy doing here?
Why is he wearing an eye patch?
Well, if you remember back to last week, Tommy Hazard assaulted, rightfully so, by Miles, and it's been said that he's gotten damage to his orbital socket.
So what is he doing here this week? Like, that's not a very easy injury, if you will.
Well, Tommy Hazard, we've heard that he's definitely had to make some decisions over the last week, as Nemesis is already choosing a new number one contender. It looked like Tommy Hazard was setting himself up to be the challenger. Could that opportunity have been lost? Is he now able to compete at Endgame?
Well, I guess we're about to find out. Oh, he's over there asking for a mic.
A week can make a lot of difference, can it? A week ago, I was dead set on facing John Spartacus at Endgame. A week ago, I had 2 working eyes. And a week ago, I had even the smallest ounce of respect for Miles. But now, I'm not getting to face Spartacus at Endgame. I'm not able to see out of my eye anymore. And as for Miles, any ounce of respect, any ounce of camaraderie that we used to have is gone. So you know what, Miles? It may have taken 2 years. It may have taken a month of an on and off tag team, and it may have taken a scar over my right eye. But Miles, I hate you. And you know what? I hate you so much that I'm going to give you exactly what you want. At Endgame, you're going to get your match with me. But if you think that means I won't be getting my world title match, no, I will be getting what is rightfully mine. At Endgame, I will face you, and I will face Ryan Quinn in a triple threat match for the Vindication heavyweight title. And I will exact my revenge on you. And I will finally get what I deserve. And that is the Vindication World Heavyweight Championship.
Tommy Hazard. Looks like we've got a match, a world title match. It looks like it's going to be Ryan Quinn versus Miles versus Tommy Hazard. And personally, I'm excited because that means there's a 66% chance Tommy ain't walking out of there with the title, and that 66% chance I'm leaving that arena happy.
It sounds like we're repeating history, and I freaking love it.
Yes, last year it was Tommy taking Miles a shot at the world title, and now it looks like it's Miles getting in Tommy's way of that one-on-one title shot. And speaking of one-on-one matches, Miles got a one-on-one match here against the debuting superstar.
Yeah, Zach Keaton. I signed him onto CWL about 2 weeks ago, and he was just raring to go. He told me, throw me anybody. And that's actually when Miles walked into the office, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's throw you to the wolves. See how you can hang up.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 207 pounds, from Chicago, Illinois, Miles.
And I think Miles now, a little bit of extra excitement knowing he gets another shot at the world title at Endgame. And another shot to take down his former friend, his former tag partner, Tommy Hazard.
Yeah, but, we can talk about Miles versus Tommy all we want. But we have to also talk about Ryan Quinn. Ryan Quinn is a dominant champion. He has 3 defenses. And I'm sorry, announcer, I know you're trying to talk about Zach Keaton right now. But we got a very special announcement about the triple threat happening. That's a pretty big match.
Yes, but Miles also can't afford to look past his opponent here tonight as he goes to a one-on-one against Zach Keaton. As well, we saw Miles had to come out with bandaged shoulder last week due to the attack that he sustained from Tommy Hazard in the grueling match he had with Ryan Quinn. Now, he does have a shoulder tape on here tonight, but is the effects fully gone, or is he still feeling some wear and tear from that match? That could allow Zach Keaton to pick up the upset here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if Zach Keaton's smart, and I hope he is because his shirt says main event, even though this is not the main event, it's still Miles. Miles is a very, very formidable competitor. There's a reason why he's going to main event Endgame once again as part of the Vindication brand. But, I don't know, I think Miles is definitely not overlooking. Zach Keaton might be, and that's going to be a huge mistake.
Yeah, definitely not overlooking him as he sends him to the ground with that elbow and then with that backbreaker. Miles is here, I think, to prove a point here tonight.
I think seeing Tommy there just a little bit ago really lit that fire in him.
Well, and it must be a much needed boost to morale as he's been on a little bit of a slump lately, but now he gets his shot. He gets his chance to finally get his revenge.
For sure, absolutely. Endgame is where it all ends, and no pun intended. I really think that's where the Mild Hazard era will finally be put to rest.
Yeah, so there we see a headbutt from Zach Keaton, sending Miles nearly halfway across that ring. And the chops being traded back and forth, and Zach Keaton, the airway crash neckbreaker, Zach Keaton not letting up on Miles right now.
I mean, just looking at this guy, you can tell that he's all about the power and the strength. Kind of reminds me of a smaller version of Ripjaw Reeves from Nemesis, but he's bringing it to Miles right off the bat.
Oh, a super kick. And not only stays, the German suplex to follow up. Miles. Not enough, but not going down easy. And now Miles taking the fight to Zach right now, but Zach not going to be tossed around here. Tosses Miles over his shoulder. Now laying in the punches. Oh, but Miles with the elbows and with the knee to the head.
I actually didn't expect this kind of aggressiveness from Miles.
Oh, now arching back almost like a sharpshooter-esque Boston Crab. Zach Keaton might be forced to tap. Oh, Keaton able to get out of it. Oh, but another knee catches him on the jaw, and Miles looking to end this one early. Calling Zach to his feet, lining him up. And then from the top, the Mile High connects. To the cover, 1, 2, no!
He was putting all his force into that pinfall. You see his hand was just pushing up against Zach's shoulder.
I mentioned injured shoulder from earlier. That could have affected how much he was able to get on that stunner as he came down.
For sure, absolutely. And Miles, what does he have to do now? Now that Zach Keaton has eaten the Mile High once, what do you think he's got to do?
We could see him bust out the mile driver here tonight. We rarely see it happen. We also rarely see it get kicked out of. But Miles right now taking a bit of a breather as Zach Keaton retreats to the outside, but Miles, I don't think he's just going to let him go. Crossbody to the outside, but Zach Keaton gets out of the way.
That's a smart plan by Zach right there.
And Miles crashes and burns, nearly getting himself caught on that barricade, but catches Zach Keaton on that rope. And now a monkey flip sends Zach Keaton up and over. And now Miles using the middle rope for leverage here. 2, No.
Maybe he just wants this match to be over, you know? It makes sense. I back
Miles
that
looked like
decision.
looked like he was trash talking the referee there. Zach Keaton now able to get the upper hand. TKO, and that could be a knockout to Miles. Oh, but Zach Keaton's not done. Zach Keaton's going for more. Suplex position, lifting him up.
That's power right there.
And a stalling vertical suplex into the cover. That could be enough. 1, 2, no. And Miles able to get that shoulder up. What an upset it would be if Zach Keaton is able to beat Miles here tonight. Locks in that submission hold there.
I like this by Keaton. Not only is he grounding Miles, he's also applying all the damage that he can.
Yes, and targeting that lower back. But Miles able to slip out of it, and now dragging Zach Keaton towards the turnbuckle. But Zach Keaton got the elbows in. Suplex position, maybe going for a solid suplex once more, but Miles able to get out of it. Backslide position, black slide driver. Into the cover, 1, 2, no. These two going back and forth. A hell of a debut so far from Keaton.
I like this kid. I really like this kid.
Oh, and now locking that same submission onto Keaton now. A bit of a taste of his own medicine here.
And Keaton not able to grab a hold of that rope. As we know here in CWL, you actually have to grab the rope for a rope break.
Yes, but Keaton able to slip out just like Miles was earlier. Goes for the punch, but Miles returns one of his own. And lifts him up. Got him on his shoulders. The mile high. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3.
I think you meant to say mile driver there, but yeah.
Oh, the mile driver.
It's all good. Hey, there's a lot of hype here in the air right now. We just saw Tommy. We just saw Miles pick up a gigantic victory. I don't blame you one bit.
Well, Miles, though, hitting the mile driver. And we said earlier how no one's kicked out of it. And still no one's kicked out of it yet. And with the damage to the shoulder, maybe taking out the mile high, could the mile driver be what Miles has to use to pick up that world title win at Endgame?
We're only 3 weeks away from Endgame. It's gonna be amazing.
The winner of the match, Miles.
Miles, a big win here tonight. Maybe setting him on the track to become champion at Endgame.
We'll have to see. It's a very short time from Endgame, but we've got our main event right here coming up. The Truthless Heroes. We know Connor Gates is going up against Sergeant Hunter in Endgame, but this 6-man tag was made. We don't know who Sergeant Hunter's tag team partners are going to be. Who you got?
That's very true. I mean, you've got to feel the element of surprise goes to Hunter and whoever his compatriots may be, but Truthless Heroes, they're definitely going to be stronger as a unit. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup to watch.
You know, the thing that actually surprises me is that the Heroes accepted this match knowing what happened at Battle Lines with Sergeant Hunter.
The main event of Vindication is a 6-man tag team match. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 665 pounds, Alex Gray, Connor Gates, William the Wolf Black, the Truthless Hero.
The Truthless Heroes now make their way into the ring. It's rare we see them on Vindication, but hey, with the whole cross-brand tag division thing, wild card rule, all that, Truthless Heroes able to accept this tag match here tonight.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm actually really glad that we combined the championships because that just opened up so many more opportunities for so many matches. While we don't allow single people to come across, tag teams are fair game. They made this match possible. I'm excited to see what happens here.
Yes, but Sergeant Hunter, who has he chosen to face these three? Possibly the most dangerous trio in the history of the CWL.
Possibly. I think you mean absolutely the most dangerous trio. Did you not see what Connor did to Sergeant Hunter just a few weeks ago?
That's quite the fair assessment.
And their opponents, weighing 256 pounds, from Nova Scotia, Canada, Sergeant Hunter.
And Hunter making his way down to a Vindication ring. You gotta wonder how many more times are we gonna see him compete here on Vindication.
You know, I'm truly gonna miss this guy. He probably had one of those rises to prominence that I just really like to see. He never asked for much. He just always asked me, give me an opportunity. And I did. The Youngblood Root series was great before in season 1. And then out of nowhere, he just surfaced as the favorite to beat Starfield. And then he did beat the unbeatable Starfield at season 1. This guy earned all of my respect. And I can't wait to see his send-off match here at Endgame.
Yes, but got to need to start worrying about the present rather than the past. Sergeant Hunter currently 0-1 against members of the Truthless Heroes, losing to William Black all the way back at last year's Endgame.
Hey, I know that music.
Their tag team partner.
Well, we did say that tag teams can show up on either brand, and I think these two recently had some issues with the Truthless Heroes.
For sure. Sorry, Mr. Announcer, that we're talking over you again, but this is exciting. Have we ever seen the Order here on Vindication?
Maybe once, maybe twice. I don't, but they're definitely a rarity here on the Orange brand.
I know that everybody's definitely excited to see Ricky Valentine. We haven't seen that guy here in Vindication. I don't think ever, actually.
Yes, and Ace Anderson, newcomer to CWL, joined early in year 2.
This is exciting. I like this. This is awesome. This caught me off guard.
Yeah, so now we've got ourselves a bit of a 6-man tag here now.
Now, I do have to mention something here real quick. You have to really notice the amount of respect that Sergeant Hunter just commands by being Sergeant Hunter. Just a few weeks ago at Battle Lines, Sergeant and Ace went to battle for brand supremacy, and now they're here teaming with each other.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sergeant Hunter is one of the most well-respected men on the CWL roster, and I guess that's why a lot of people found it so despicable when Connor Gates did what he did. But William Black, I mean, now I said earlier that William Black has beaten Sergeant Hunter in the only encounter. That was a lot. Because if you mentioned Battle Lines, William Black was on the Nemesis team that Sergeant Hunter nearly single-handedly beat.
I wouldn't say nearly single-handedly. He eliminated all 4 people, didn't he?
He eliminated all 4 people. 3 out of 3 of them in a row.
Talk about coming back from a 3-1 deficit.
Yeah. Gold Siblings. Anyway, William Black now taken to Sergeant Hunter as well. These two faced on a episode of Nemesis, but right before Endgame, just last year, where Hunter won that encounter as well. So these two, little even, a bit of the advantage to Hunter here. William Black looking to even it up here tonight, though. Now grabbing Mickey Valentine by the newly found hair and dragging him to the truthless corner.
You know, I forgot that Ricky was bald at one point already.
I can't forget. I was there when it happened.
Was it
But
a sight to behold?
But regardless, with Mickey Valentine taking it to William Black right now, and William Black and Adam Sperry sort of need to be careful. They've got a ladder match on Nemesis, right after this.
That is true.
So they can't be... Do they go all out in this tag team warfare matchup, or do they conserve energy for their chance at a world title shot?
I mean, here in the CWL, you want to win every match possible, because if you don't, then you don't build momentum. And if you don't build momentum, you can't win championships. Yes, they're one match away from possibly becoming world title contenders, especially at Endgame. But every win matters. You can't just give up a win like that.
It's very true. And now, Hunter getting us a bit of a preview of Endgame as he just slams Connor Gates into the mat repeatedly, stomping on the ligaments.
I miss this Sergeant Hunter.
Yes, Sergeant Hunter. Oh, and getting dropped to the ground by Connor Gates. Hunter now into the enemy territory, but Hunter fighting back here. Oh, but not for long. Gates with that elbow.
Sergeant Hunter's not afraid of going into that corner and just wreaking havoc.
Well, I think Hunter's not afraid of fighting all 3 troops and seals at once. Oh, but getting sent into that corner. No one was home. As Gates now sends him into the truthless corner. Hunter not being denied. Now, Hunter, big snake eyes on that top rope, taking the fight to Gates right now and laying the boots into him. And now stretching him out, looking for a submission there with that knee-assisted crossface. Lariat in the corner sends Gates to the ground, and Gates maybe looking to retreat here to Alex Graves. Probably the most prolific tag competitor here in the CWL, him and the Tornado. Oh, but a lariat turns him inside out there. That could be enough to pick up the win. 1, 2, no. That lariat absolutely devastated him, and now lifting him up, pile driver spiking him into the mat.
Those always make me really uncomfortable when I see them.
Yes, and Graves now back to his feet though, kick to the gut, and another knee targeting the midsection of Hunter. And now suplex position. Oh no! Soul glitch DDT into the cover, looking to end it here. 2, no. I think Hunter needs to start thinking about tagging out to either Ace Anderson or Ricky Valentine at this point. Oh, but trying to fight out of the corner is Hunter, laying in the punches. Trying to fight his way back in the lariat once more. And there we see the fatigue of Hunter, not able to go immediately into that cover. Goes for a stomp. Graves able to get out the way. Graves now sending him into the Truthless Heroes corner.
Man, this is the kind of advantage that the heroes want. They know how this works.
And there we see just a brutal combination. As Gates now picking up Hunter. And 1, 2, 3 blows to the back. Now into the cover. 1, 2. No, nearly got the win there. I thought that was 3.
I guess Anderson was looking to come in and break that up, but William Black just stopped him.
Yeah, tackling him to the ground did Black, but now Connor Gates into the corner. Graves, though, not able to make the tag just yet. And Hunter sending him to the outside. Hunter, this might be your chance to get the tag.
You know, now I just talked about Sergeant Hunter being an incredible talent and just not being fearful of anything. But then there's this Hunter where his pride just seems to get the best of him.
Yeah, so well, now after that clothesline, I think he's finally making that tag out, tagging in Ace Anderson.
Smart decision right there.
Yes, Ace, the freshest man in this matchup. Now, turning Gates over, cattle mutilation, looking for the tap out here. Will Gates be forced to tap out?
And none of the heroes coming in. I guess they have a lot of faith there in their tag team partner.
Oh, and a kick to the back of the head. Gates now looking to make his retreat. And now William Black and Ace Anderson standing across from each other. Oh, flip over. DDT. Ace Anderson taking the fight. Oh, went for the high card, but William Black able to stop him there. Now William Black off the ropes. Knee lift to Ace Anderson. And a Black Fang, another knee to the head of his own. Now looking to finish off Ace Anderson. Kick to the gut. Hooking the arms. Blackout. And that's going to be it. Into the cover. 1, 2. No! Ace Anderson able to kick out the blackout.
Yeah, I'm impressed actually that these teams have that much faith in their partners. They're not even running into the ring to help them out.
That's what you get when you know who you're teaming with, the Order. And the Truth Seals have such chemistry with each other. Now we see a bit of tag team work between Ace Anderson and Sergeant Hunter there.
Oh, are we setting up for a fire for effect?
I think we are. Oh, wait. What's this? Into a rear naked choke here. Will William Black be forced to tap out? Oh, Black trying to fight out of it. Trying to fight out with those elbows. And able to get out of it.
That was a new thing I haven't seen from Sergeant Hunter before.
Yeah, we saw the kick to the gut, which is usually almost always followed by the fire for effect. And I think William Black even was taken off guard. Now we see Hunter calling to his feet once more. And another lariat, this time really decapitating William Black. 2. Gates is there to break it up.
See, now Gates knew right there that that was it for William Black. But not if you're a Truthless hero.
And then Gates now trying to even up the odds for Black, getting into the ring, and now Black able to get control of that judo throw. Now into the ropes there, feet on the ropes for leverage. 2. No, William Black not able to get the victory just yet. Another Sergeant Hunter is just throwing these lariats out like they're nobody's business in this matchup.
And it's a smart decision. It's what got him to win at Battle Lines.
It's very true, but now Ricky Valentine calling William Black to his feet, but William Black able to meet him there, but gets caught with a high knee for his troubles. William Black up to his feet. Tagging in Alex Graves now. Graves laying in the strikes to Ricky Valentine. Valentine to his feet. Sends him off the ropes. Pop-up powerbomb. Shades of Maverick Allen. And now Ricky Valentine nearly gets the win there. And then we see Dragon Screw leg whip by Alex Graves. Oh, kick to the head by Ricky Valentine. These two just going back and forth and back and forth. And now knee to the side of Alex Graves. Oh, went for an arm drag there, looks like, but Alex Graves had it scouted. High knee to the back.
That was different.
Yeah, it's not from its dragon suplex position. And now, Alex Graves talking a little bit of trash to Ace Anderson and Sergeant Hunter, but Ricky Valentine able to use that time to get back into this one. Lifts him up. Shoulder breaker from Ricky Valentine. And looks like he's calling for the end. Hooking the arms. Lifts him up. St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And into the cover. Gates is in to try and break it up. 2. No! I thought that was it when Hunter stopped Gates, but Alex Graves, the resilience of Graves. And we saw a Graves, William Black not going in to necessarily break up that pinfall. Maybe hoping Graves is a little more damage when it comes to the ladder match they're both going to be in later on. We see a big stomp to the back of the leg of Ricky Valentine. William Wolf Black showing no mercy to Valentine right now. Continuing to assault the knees.
That's a smart decision right there. If your knees don't work, you can't lift anything.
It's very true. Try and take out that shoulder breaker, the final order. To have Valentine's Day master everything. Requires him to be able to lift his opponent. Oh, look to turn him around there, but Ricky Valentine will strike of his own. These two just exchange some strikes back and forth. Now, into the corner. What's William Black got in mind? Off the ropes. Drop toe hold. Elbow drop.
Just like you said, it's what everybody does here in CWL, and it always works.
It's the most devastating move. Like, how anyone's able to kick out after is a shocker to me. And now, speaking of sending him out of the ring nearly there with that neck breaker. And what does Ricky Valentine have in mind? Calling Ace Anderson and Sergeant Hunter into the ring, lifting up Alex Graves. For a massive 3-person power bomb. Taking up Dallas Hughes. And now, into the cover. Is that enough to put Graves away? 1, 2, 3 as the order. And Sergeant Hunter pick up the win.
Yeah, it's a smart decision right there by the Heroes to not interrupt here. They got to get ready for that ladder match. That was a nasty powerbomb.
Graves now going to that ladder match pretty hurt. William Wolf Black going in on a loss still. With the interesting to see over on Nemesis how they're able to bounce back, if they're able to bounce back.
The winners of the main event, the team of the gorgeous Ricky Valentine, Ace Anderson, The Order, and Sergeant Hunter.
And that's all for tonight here on Vindication. I've been Alex in the top, joined by the chairman of the CWL himself, and we bid you a very farewell adieu.